Tonight, humanitarian interventions will receive a boost across the country as Minister assumes office. Federal Ministry of Information announces postponement of 49th edition of National Council meeting earlier scheduled to hold in Uyo. Plus, 122nd inaugural lecture of University of Uyo holds on Thursday, November 13. Details in just a moment. Good evening and thanks for joining us on the news. I am Umar Basi Edit. Remember that this broadcast is reaching you live on StarTimes channel 103 and our social media platforms on Facebook and YouTube. Dr. Bernard Doro has assumed office as the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction following his appointment by President Bola Tinubu. Ruth Aguele reports that the minister expressed his commitment to sustain already existing efforts in humanitarian interventions across the country.
A new dawn and a new mandate for the new helmsman, Dr. Bernard Doro, who assumes duty as Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction to fill the vacuum created with the appointment of Professor Nentawe Yilwadda as National Chairman of the All Progressives Congress. Expressing confidence in the new leadership, the humanitarian actors recommit to team spirit, accountability, trust, and loyalty in upholding the agenda of the present administration through collective efforts.
Mr. President want to renew the hope of Nigerian. This country, by statistics, I think we have something around over 60% multidimensionally poor people. I'm sure we can do better with the resources that we have as a country. And it is our job as Humanitarian Affairs Ministry and Poverty Reduction. We'll do this by ensuring that we are accountable one to another. We will achieve this when we work together in unity.
The ministry is undergoing, the country has seen a lot of natural and human-made disaster. And this has made many Nigerians to be displaced internally and without, and therefore we must reposition this ministry to achieve the ambition of Mr. President.
With a renewed vigor to renew the hope of citizens in fulfilling its mandate, expectations are high towards new strategies to lift millions of Nigerians out of poverty. In Abuja, Ruth Aguele, NT News.
What do you do when accidents happen? Do you stand there as a spectator with a camera, or do you render assistance? This was the burning question at the First Responders Emergency Conference in Abuja. Salwa Khalil Ibrahim reports.
Disasters and accidents such as road traffic crashes, building collapse often occur, and it is expected that rescue efforts begin at the scene, which can determine the extent of recovery and tragedy.
This could be neighbors, passers-by, or just ordinary citizens. They are the ones who run towards a burning building, a building that's collapsed. We must empower communities with skills, tools, and trust when every second counts.
This conference, therefore, is to bridge the gap between bystanders, first responders, and the hospital,
to ensure that every Nigerian, whether at home, at work, or in the marketplace, has the power to save a life.
Being able to train community people on how to intervene when there's an emergency.
So, when next you come across an accident, remember that emergency response is everyone's responsibility, and every second counts. In Abuja, Salwa Khalil Ibrahim, NTA News.
Moving on now, Federal Ministry of Information announces postponement of 49th edition of National Council meeting, earlier scheduled to hold in Uyo. These and more when we return. Don't go away.
Mind-blowing innovation in hospitality. Tastefully furnished rooms and apartments, cozy restaurant with local and continental dishes, exquisite bar, standard laundry and car wash, free Wi-Fi and 24-hour spa and water supply. Feel the superior quality of hospitality and luxury as you unwind and relish the comfort of life, all at the Silver Luxury Hotel, managed by Joy Hymns Limited, Itiam Utep Street, Plot 100 Units L, with Housing Estates, Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. For inquiries and reservations, please call 0806 840 1220 or 0701 661 7341. The Silver Luxury Hotel, oasis of comfort.
Water is life. Aqua Cardinali Water provides the highest quality drinking water. Aqua Cardinali Water is owned by the Catholic Diocese of Uyo, produced and packaged by Cadisem Enterprises Nigeria. It is available in 19 liters dispenser jar, 60 cl sachet, 50 cl and 75 cl table water. Visit Aqua Cardinali Water at number 34 Dominic Utuk Avenue, Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. Drink Aqua Cardinali Water, certified by NAFDAC and Standard Organization of Nigeria. Call 0903-288-2958. Aqua Cardinali Water. Drink pure. Stay healthy.
Glad to know you're still there. Continuous training and retraining of security personnel are essential to maintain professionalism. These, among others, is the reason for the 2025 Special Marshal Sectorial Workshop put together by the Federal Road Safety Corps, Akwa Ibom State Command. Abaseyang Ekpeyon has the report.
With the theme, Enhancing Security and Safety Strategies for Special Marshals Operations, the workshop is aimed at improving operational efficiency and addressing emerging security challenges across the country. Akwa Ibom State Sector Commander FRAC Francis Ajata commended the selfless efforts of special marshals and charged them to sustain the tempo in discharging their duties.
Let us recommit ourselves to the ideals of voluntary service, integrity, and excellence in the discharge of our duties. I wish to remind the special marshals that one of the basic functions of the special marshal is to participate in research activities.
The resource person, Professor Anyekan Brown, enlightens participants on strategies for security and safety. He stresses the need for discipline and adherence to FRAC guidelines while remaining vigilant to enhance effectiveness and overall performance. Stakeholders acknowledge the selfless contributions of special marshals to safety on the roads.
We operate in a country where our agriculture comes in two cultures. One culture cultivates the land for survival, and another culture depends on the cultivated process for the livestock to survive. This will be a clash of two cultures, informed by environmental insecurity. And it follows that as a nation, we should first tackle the problem of the environment so as to ensure that these two opposing cultures don't clash.
It is hoped that this workshop will further broaden the skill range of our special marshals in advancing strategic demands of enforcement of safety culture on our roads.
The event featured presentation and adoption of communique, as well as goodwill messages by stakeholders. In Uyo, Abaseyang Ekpeyon, NTA News.
The Federal Ministry of Information and National Orientation has announced the postponement of the 49th edition of the National Council meeting. The meeting was earlier scheduled to hold from November 12 to November 14, 2025 in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. A release by the Permanent Secretary, Chinasa Ogbodo, regrets any inconvenience caused by this postponement. The Vice Chancellor, University of Uyo, is inviting the public to its 122nd inaugural lecture, scheduled to hold on Thursday, November 13, 2025, at the 1,000-seater Ted Fon Auditorium, Main Campus, Mwariba Road, Uyo, by 3 o'clock in the afternoon. The statement signed by the Registrar and Secretary to Senate, Mrs. Blossom Okorie, indicates that the inaugural lecture with themes of Thanatos in a Fragile Society, the Behavior Doctor as an Underleveraged Tonic as topic, will be handled by Boya Emmanuel Abikoye, a professor of clinical psychology, Department of Psychology, Faculty of Social Sciences, University of Uyo. Guests are to be seated by 2:45 p.m. And we'll be right back with more news. Stay.
The solution to your building and construction works is Regan Stones, dealer in chippings, hardcore, iron rods, cement, sharp sand, and blocks of all kinds. At Regan Stones, integrity is our watchword. We are equipped to deliver to you regardless of the quantity you desire. We scale every product with our weighing bridge so you can be rest assured of the exact quantity of products you buy from us. Our dedicated and committed staff, coupled with efficient automated vibrating machine, guarantee our unfailing delivery always. We have top-notch customer care services to attend to you in minutes. Locate us at Regan Stones, Goswell Akpabio Crescent, Shelter Afraid, Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. Our office line 0916-641-1972. Regan Stones, reliable and trusted. Regan Stones, quality beyond imagination.
Roseville Hotel. Come, feel the luxury of our contemporary hotel. We offer lodging and accommodation. Stay at our deluxe executive and luxury suite for your comfort. Experience extravagant dining and delicious meals by our expert chef. Lounge at our exquisite VIP bar. Enjoy 24-hour power supply with free Wi-Fi services. Our security system is top-notch to ensure your safety. Ample parking space and laundry services available. The ambience is serene to make your stay memorable. We are located at number 1 Julius Pageant Road off House of Assembly Avenue, Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. For reservations, call 070-650-41139. Roseville Hotel, hospitality at its best.
Welcome back to the rest of the news. It is not business as usual for intending employees of Akwa Ibom State Government as youth seeking employment now go through the computer-based tests for recruitment. For residents, the process is projected as fair and transparent, just as the state government is shopping for 4,000 qualified persons into the state civil service. Clement Verikwe reports that thousands of applicants throng the civil service auditorium Uyo to participate in the tests, one of the selection stages for recruitment.
It all began about 3 months ago when the Akwa Ibom State Government declared 4,000 vacancies across the various ministries, departments and agencies of the State Civil Service. This led to the opening of an online recruitment portal, the Arise portal, where applicants submitted their applications. Then came the rehabilitation of the Civil Service Auditorium and equipping it with 400 computers and networking facilities.
That is the first of its kind, because this kind of a thing has not happened before, and so we are expecting a very good outcome.
The atmosphere, the place is serene, it's very conducive. The CBT test, in fact, everything is going on fine. Nobody's complaining.
The world has changed. You understand now? We are in the 21st century, so you don't need a more orthodox method of doing things anymore. You know?
And this is how it's supposed to be, because in those days we've been experiencing, some people said is by who know who. So
the computer-based test is part of the state government's commitment to a transparent and merit-driven process in public service employment.
We are going to have good hands to work
and that would go a very long way to increase the efficiency of the public service of Akwa Ibom State.
As at the time the portal was closed in September 2025, more than 15,000 youths of Akwa Ibom origin had applied for the 4,000 vacancies. Clement Barikui, NTA News.
And talking sports now, Nigeria's under-20 female team, the Falconets, beat Ghana's Princesses 3-0 to emerge WAFU B champions. Olumide Eguntola now brings us stories from the sporting world.
The Super Eagles of Nigeria continued their training schedules in Rabat, Morocco, under the watch of coach Eric Chell ahead of Thursday's 2026 World Cup playoffs with their counterpart from Gabon. The team's focus is on ability to create chances to score goals while building a compact midfield and defense line. The coach's target is winning the playoffs, which he believes will spur the Eagles to win the country's fourth AFCON title with the World Cup ticket in the pocket.
It's a make or mark game.
So it's up to the boys now to ensure that they take their chances.
They must analyze their opponent very well.
In another development, Parkinson Africa and Adewumi Desalu Parkinson Foundation continue efforts towards making life easier alongside fast healing processes for people living with Parkinson with the third annual Walking Football Tournament held in Lagos. The teams use the match play as opportunity to say no to stigmatization against people living with Parkinson.
So the message is one of a message of hope, a message of community, and a message of appreciation.
In another news, a sports dialogue to revolutionize the Nigerian sports ecosystem in collaboration with the National Sports Commission is scheduled to hold on the 24th of November 2025 in Lagos with high-profile policymakers, including the chairman of the National Sports Commission, Shehu Diko, Director General of the Sports Commission, Bukola Olokpade, and former Governor of Lagos State, Babatunde Fashola, amongst others, as they chart the way forward to ensure that Nigeria's sports sector contribute proportionately to the GP of the country.
Tapping into the agenda of the federal government of this country, where we now have sports as an asset, and where Mr. President is saying, how can we galvanize, how can we use sports, in his whole agenda.
With sports updates, Olumide Eguntola, NTA News.
And that's a package, but before we go, recap of the major stories. Humanitarian interventions to receive a boost across the country as Minister assumes office. Federal Ministry of Information has announced the postponement of 49th edition of National Council meeting earlier scheduled to hold in Uyo. You also heard in the news that 122nd inaugural lecture of University of Uyo holds on Thursday, November 13. And that's our package. Thanks for watching. Stay on now for the news in Ibibio with Utabe Achipo.
Prime Minister K. Ikamba Ikpegutome Kodo Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs etongutom eboke yasenu nwamke ikpere nkanwuru. Ikamba Ikpegutome Kodo Ministry of Information ko etang eboke ruru mbongo moke yemme idariti ke Uyo. Ikambo fongwe ntaifyok Uyo eyani ukbempo amonye ke yoro ikie edapiba akatoze. Ugain mi kong min di kang boko min kiri utbe achibong ye kumbong yin ayo. Ikambe tubo mu fong wet nta fyo yo ata fyo nyoron dayo asanu yo akut afrefen bono wo abo ya moy kene eri wana ke ukbe mpo mo sekene kwa fyong anye ke yoro ikieke ye edap kiba abigida reti usene fyong dobeta akat usen nanga inang Thursday ke ekamba anwa ukbe mwet ekoto main campus kusong wangi ba abido kenkanika ita uwe meyo kengweru fongwerero ansido awoseke sene nyong kengwet amanakero ta wen ponno ikbege senate mablo somokuri fongwen taifo uyo ke senubok anamedion oke ado ataifyok abi atogo ikbe ukbe nwere koto psychology faculty of social sciences kufongwerero abi no ukbe mkporo anyekire ataifyok Oyega Emmanuel Abikoye. Ena medio ngoke isanganye mi ibigi badang seba amiena mafrefat mi wad eni yemme utom ke ufa utomo concert anyeke nkang streami esenede metati tisia ukara streami ekaiso etum mudomo enomo isanganye mena medio ngoke ammo ekama memgbodo computer ewerudo mba mo ebe ngidem edikene ngwana ntemina mutumo concert ke streami ay kombo mi yo
Le tumami akatang kampo atafyong itabu yokodo kini ukara state akatang iko banga aditit mborowe yawasanina donc mention su fautum ke state ami akanam yaibere nutumura wukutum edi angate online recruitment portal yang mborowe edi angborutum edi angate application aminko akanam yak emana edi ang edi angate civil service auditorium eyang odong me computer awakasem ikina adikana komputer ntiudomo adu kirketu mempo ukara anama diketmbo kenanga menutumura wokutum kenen nenusong kini ekepete nutum usen wet utum ketong September Islami miwara wakaikan tausenefet enaisen wet iyemi tie utum edi nowo tausenina Wisdom Jacob Kombok NTA
Ikpere uswane toke ekamba ufo utum ke idan nyinemi ekoto Federal Ministry of Information and National Orientation etange boke ndutam ammo ekenige anyeke yo abaye usoket akena anteda litie kuyomi ke eda pesio nkoke yanam unado eni fyoge banga ufa usin andutme medwaka idaritie mbokoso na mediongo ke ndutme do ke na anteda litie ke fyong do bokiri sokki sanemi usene fyong do beba atengo usene fyong do beba ka ke wo usene fyong do benanke iswa sokki sanemi mikuyo ke ngwere mo awen ponno mo ke senubok eseme atatieti ebanga danga edape ndutme resio ebo yambono weso ke nompango tonke ufausen eya nam yambono ediong ebanga ni se ndutme lo didade itie ukazo songo atatieti ntembongen akwengero mfane mitutini mfen me mani di yemme ufambok yakasere